else we got, Lewis? What else is going on? Oh, BJ Penn is back.
That's cool. I mean, kind of. Look, I'm a fan of BJ Penn. I don't know. He didn't look the best in his last couple performances. But he's not like BJ's a legend. He's very rich. He doesn't need to fight. He wants to fight, right? This isn't like, I don't feel bad for a guy who's like, he's a little bit older in his career. He's like, dude, I want to fucking fight. I'm assuming BJ's doing extremely well. He was rich, I believe, before he got into the sport. That was always the rumor about BJ Penn.
Well, to quote the guy that gave him my green card, he said, I'm a fan of MMA, but I'm just not a fan of yours. I'm a fan of BJ Penn. I'm just not a fan of this fight. Although this is a fight that he should win. Who's he fighting again? What's his name? He's the
Ryan Hall.
guy.
Ryan Hall.
Yeah, Ryan Hall. So Ryan Hall's predominantly a submission guy, not really a heavy striker. Listen, you're right, Lewis. BJ comes from, and he wouldn't mind me saying this. There's nothing wrong with saying this. He comes from a pretty wealthy family in Hawaii. They own a lot of land there on Hilo. By all accounts, that's what I'm led to believe. Obviously, I haven't audited his family's fucking accounts, but that's what I hear. I hear it's from a wealthy family. And that was prior to being in the UFC, but the guy likes to fight. He is a born fighter. BJ is a natural fighter. My coach, Jason Perillo, and BJ Penn, they have a lot of history there. You know, they're like brothers. And no doubt Perillo will be training him for this fight. We'll have to get Perillo on and talk to him about it. Maybe next week. That'll be fun. It's been a while since Perillo's been on. But BJ's got a lot of good stuff going on outside the UFC as well. Not outside the UFC, outside of fighting. He owns, I think it's 2 gigantic UFC gyms in Hawaii, like the big 50,000 square feet ones. Yeah. And they're doing really, really well, like one of the biggest earners in the company or something. They're turning a very, very healthy profit. Let's just put it like that. And the fact that BJ, as we just said, comes from a family, you know, that's, you know, they have financial backing. He's got business endeavors that are doing very well, and he's still going to come back and fight. You know, you got to take your hat off to him. Is it the right thing? Who knows? You know, have we seen the best BJ Penn in the past? Probably, you know. But the fact that he is such, and I mean this not condescendingly, but such a warrior, such a true fighter, wants to go out there and fight, you got to respect that.
Yeah, you got it. And look, BJ is, you know, a legend, and he is one of the most exciting fighters ever. It's really because of like Perillo, and like I look at it as like, I start to go like, I don't know, but I know Perillo really well. I know Perillo's really close to BJ. On a human level, I go, I just don't know. You know, how much, I mean, who was the last fight? Am I correct? He got
his last fight was Yair Rodriguez.
Yeah,
Did it go well?
But
you know, BJ is, you know, he's an older guy now for a fighter. He's obviously been through a lot of wars. He was an absolute legend. He was one of the hardest hitting lighter guys. Oh, let me get rid of this.
BJ Penn.
You know, it's my agent talking about Mike. It's got to be 11 o'clock. It can't be 11:30. Shit. No, he's one of the original guys. BJ was the first ever 2 division weight champion. Let's not forget that. And put on some amazing performances. But, you know, he's getting towards the very end of his career. Of course, he retired. I think he retired a couple of times. I mean, of course, he's at the end of his career. But he's still got that itch. He still wants to fight. And Yair Rodriguez going up against someone who's young, in their prime, explosive striker, unorthodox striker, very fast, lots of fast twitch muscles. It wasn't the right person to come back and fight. You know what I mean? You want someone, you know, and I don't mean that disrespectfully to BJ Penn, but we saw what happened. You know, if he's going to come back, he should fight someone similar. So another person towards the end of their career, or maybe someone that isn't like touted as the next title holder. You know what I'm saying?
I'm looking up Ryan Hall, American.
He's a submission guy
in Jiu Jitsu. Yeah, I mean, total wins, he's 7-1. I mean, look, he's still. It's still a younger.
Yeah, he's got a very dangerous submission game. He really has. On the feet, BJ should handle him all day long. And I think Ryan Hall will struggle to get. I see BJ winning this fight, and I would love to see that. I really would.
BJ is an extremely accomplished Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. So it's not like, even if it went to the ground, I don't know if it would. It would almost like, I don't know how much better this guy. I have no idea about his background in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but Yeah, hope good. I hope BJ wins. I really do. But I
No,
agree with you as
he
well.
will.
They've talked about things like a few guys have talked about it. Vitor was the one who really brought it up, quote unquote legends sort of division. And I don't like the idea of specifically having a division for that. But I do think that when you're matchmaking, it makes a little bit more sense to put BJ up against somebody, you know, a little bit, whether it's older or a little bit more similar position in his career. If you want to fight, you want to fight. I mean, I guess we got to call Perillo and ask him this. Do you think BJ thinks he's going to come back and make like a run at the title, or do you think he just wants to continue to compete?
I really don't know. Probably it's just more a case of, you know, he's still got that itch. He's still got that desire. He wants to compete. He misses it. Probably just wants to come back and have a few fights, I think. I mean, of course, everyone wants to fight for the title, but I don't think that's the case. I really don't. I think he just wants to have one or two more fights. I think probably because his last couple of fights didn't go his way. You know, Frankie Edgar, then he retired. Yair Rodriguez didn't go his way. You know, he had some disappointing performances and he doesn't want to go out like that. You know, so he wants to come back. I mean, you could say that I did the same thing. I lost to GSP and then I lost to Kelvin Gastelum. But, you know, I've got I mean, for me, it hasn't been long anyway, but I can't come back anyway. I've got too many injuries. But it's funny. You put something on Instagram, like a picture of me in the gym, or I was hitting pads with Perillo last week, and all the comments are, oh, I sense a comeback. I sense a comeback. And whilst I appreciate everybody commenting and interacting with my Instagram page, just because I go down and hit some fucking pads with Perillo doesn't mean I'm coming out of retirement. Do you know what I mean? I'm just trying to stay in shape.
Let's take a moment really quick and before we get into this fight and talk about BetDSI, which is one of our incredible sponsors, been in business for over 20 years. You guys listen to the show every week. You know, they've been with the show for months and months and months right now. Gambling website makes it super easy to use interface, great website. If you guys love to gamble, this is the place to do it at. They have a great reputation for paying people fast, which is important. Mike, we got some crazy fights happening this weekend. Mark Hunt and Alexei Oleinik. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's right. Alexei Oleinik. Mark Hunt is going to win this fight. Listen, I'm willing to bet my house on it. So I will be going to betdeside.com and I will be using the promo code BYM120 because whatever I put down, they will give me 120% bonus match. And I will put that on Mark Hunt. Mark Hunt is going to win this fight. I could be wrong because that is MMA. That is the beauty of MMA. But as I just said, if you go to betdeside.com, who have a history of fast paying, A+ rated in all sports book review sites, 20 years in the business, you go to there, you use the promo code BYM120. That's on betdeside.com. They will give you 120% bonus match on top of your money. So if you put down $100 just for easy math, they'll put down 120. So your bet will be $220. So really, there's no reason not to do this. If you're going to put any money on somewhere, you might as well do it on betdsi.com. Use the promo code BYM120. Please get involved.
All right, let's get back into it. What if you guys did some sort of like wheelchair match? Like you guys both sit in a wheelchair and then you just strike from there.
Lewis, the only time I've ever seen such bullshit like that is at Ellis Mania, where you fight. Okay. You know, guys on roller skates throwing balls at each other, midgets refereeing, a person sucker punching people just for the sake of it. Okay?
I don't see you having the balls to get in there and fucking fight on roller skates. Let's see Michael Bisping have the testicular fortitude to step up for Ellis Mania 16.
I was fucking great on roller skates when I was a kid. I could go fast, and I mean real fast, man.
$1,000 to watch you on roller skates.
Listen to this. Oh yeah, probably now I'm making right dick out of myself. But I was honestly, I used to go up the Clitheroe Castle, and I used to fly down this run. We used to call it the Rabbit Run. I would fly down there on my roller skates like a fucking bat out of hell. But here's one of the funniest sights you will ever see. Oh my god! Talking about Russians. Alexander Shlemenko, okay? He used to be the Bellator champion, and he lives down here in Orange County now. I'm not talking shit about him. This is just funny. He's a very stoic, typical Russian, you know, hard-faced, hell of a fighter. Every time you spar with him, it's like you're fighting for a world title fight legit because he's trying to fucking kill you. So he's a pain in the ass to spar.
Bellator guy?
Bellator guy. Alexander Shlemenko.
Yeah.
And
middleweight.
When I first moved out here, middleweight. When I first moved out here, I'd spar with him down at this gym in Huntington Beach, and he would show up on a pair of fucking roller skates, right, with a little backpack on his back, like a fucking juiced out little Russian, but with an 80s shell suit and roller skates on. I was like, oh, wow, this guy, and it's just so funny because he's a fucking badass. Do you know what I mean? And I don't think he could see the irony here. He thought there was nothing wrong with it. He's like, yeah, this is a very good mode of transportation. No problem, no traffic, no carbon emissions. You know, I'm like, what the fuck?
I used to rollerblade around New York City when I first moved here. I had like inline skates. It's a great way to get around.
Yeah.
I still skateboard.
Yeah, no, I know you skateboard, but that's, but you're not. I hate to break this to you, Lewis. You're not a badass fighter. Okay?
I look like a badass though. People see me and they're like, "That's a bad motherfucker."
You're also not Russian, right? You're not a kickboxing champion, a former champion.
Well, I'm rushing to work. That's why I'm on a skateboard.
Shame. You're also not wearing like a Dayglow 80s shell suit. That is the best bit. Oh, and he had cut-off denim shorts. Cut-off denim shorts, an 80s Dayglow fucking shell suit top with roller boots and a backpack. I was like, yeah, that's a peculiar look. Yeah. And good for you. You're rocking it. Not self-conscious one little bit. God bless.
But I think that look, just in general, that quirky look, that's kind of a thing in MMA you see happen a lot. What's his name? Sean O'Malley. He's sort of a quirky-looking guy. As well.
Oh,
He's got that big afro. He kind of dresses silly. And like you would see him and you'd be like, I'm not afraid of this fucking goofball. And then he's, choking you to death. But didn't he just break some sort of he plays very high on the punch pad?
On UFC tonight, we have like at a fairground, they have the punch bag machine. And when you punch it gives you a score, which is fucking bullshit, by the way, because I hold the record for that. Okay, I hold the record for that. Obviously, I work on UFC tonight now and again. Daniel Cormier is at the top. Or is it Stipe Miocic? I don't know. Oh, no. Derek Lewis is at the top. Then it's Daniel Cormier. And they're all in the high 900s. Okay, and my score was 942. And Tyron Woodley was 944. Ooh. And Sean O'Malley came in yesterday, skinny Sean O'Malley, and got like 960 or something. He beat me and Tyron Woodley.
Wow.
And I've said for a long time several things. One, the punch machine is bullshit, right? You just got to hit it in the right area, the correct sweet spot, the correct angle. You get a good score. Because
if you do it 10 times, you're gonna, how many times have you actually done it?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I hit over 1,000 on it. But they weren't rolling the cameras.
I don't believe it. No way. You're lying now. There was no cameras there. I don't,
No, the cameras weren't rolling. I got over 1,000. I'm like, hold on a minute. That score needs to stand.
If a tree falls in the forest.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it's bullshit. Sean O'Malley fucking beating me and Tyron Woodley. Come on. Listen, Sean, friend of the show, but come on. Let's keep it real.